What is going on? BeICONIC Conversations family. My name is Derron Walker. First of all, I'm so grateful, humbled, and blessed to be on here with you this evening. Welcome back to another episode of BeICONIC Conversations, guys. We have an absolute star-studded, iconic show for you tonight. I'll be bringing on a special guest here in a short time, but I just want to kind of catch up with you. And first of all, let you know I love you. God bless you. Got a couple things to share with you that really has blown my mind recently to help people launch off what I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to, but I'm going to have some conversations with you guys tonight about, which is to how to have massive success during the time of the year, the summer months, going into, a lot of people don't realize we're going into the second quarter here. Can you believe that we've already been in 2024 for 156 days and there's only 210 days left in the year? One of the questions I want to just kind of start off by asking you guys as you're coming in here is, how are you doing right now in your 2024 goals? When you started the Happy New Year deal, how are you doing with the goals and dreams that you have? And I want to share with you some 6 and 7 figure secrets, tips to the trade that really help bless me and my family to be able to build multiple businesses to get us to the next level. And one of those tricks of the trade, if you will, is being very cognitive, being cognitively competent and conscious of my time, being cognitively competent and conscious of the value of time. So for instance, right, quarter one is from January to April, and quarter two is from April to July. Well, we're already we're 28 days close to what we call in our mastermind the new half year, which is July 1st. Tons of people are going to have a great time celebrating the 4th of July. Or even Juneteenth. And I'm not knocking those things. I'm not here to tell you how to celebrate. You're having a good time. And I'm not telling you not to celebrate and have a good time, but do it for the day or the afternoon. Truly, I'm going to tell you here on BeICONIC Conversations, we teach people how to make income by being themselves for a living so they can impact the people they were called to impact through their story, through their giftings and their testimony. And what I watch is really, really capable people with goals and dreams and desires not be able to execute those goals and dreams and desires strictly because, one, they don't know their value, two, they don't know their story, how valuable it is, how to share it, but three, they don't know the precious essence of time. I'm going to teach you that just by some simple things tonight. Then we're going to bring up one of a special guests who actually is a real near and dear friend to me. I've known him for a while. We've done businesses together. He's really a brother, and I asked him to be on our BeICONIC Conversations. He's also a part of our mastermind. He'll share his testimony with that. He's a podcaster, a business owner, business launcher. Be launching his masterclass here in July soon. Image consultant, just a masterful story, a brother from another mother. So let's lock in. Let me just give you just a quick round around the 365 if you want to take things to the next level with me. So here's what it looks like, okay? We start the new year. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Happy New Year. And everyone's all motivated, excited. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to grow this business. I'm going to earn money. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do all the things. And I love that. We have a great time with that. And then what happens is, we all know around January 15th to around the 25th, that full steam ahead kind of dies out. And I've done a statistic where I've found out less than 5% of people that start a new year goal or resolution, whatever you want to call it, less than 5% of people, less than 5% actually reach the goal in which they set to hit from the beginning of the year at the end of the year. Why? Oh, they're lazy. I'm procrastinating. Life got in the way. I stubbed my toe. All those things. Let me just tell you something right now. That is not the reason why. Let me tell you the reason why. The reason why, in my personal opinion, is the lack of preparation and understanding and utilizing your time. Think about it like this. If I told you that I was going to pay you a certain amount of money or help you achieve a goal from right now, and all you had to do was be consistent for 365 days and you were going to get that goal, would you do it? A lot of you would say yes before you even ask me how to do it. Well, there's a problem there, not having a strategy and a plan. But a lot of you would say yes. But what happens is when you have a really big goal and a plan, but you don't have pit stops along the way, you don't have a strategy, and I've done this, what happens is I end up falling short. And that's what people do. They start the new year all fired up and they literally use all their gas and their energy. And one of the most easily seen but misunderstood momentum killers is being discouraged. When a person gets burnt out and they get discouraged, they get hard on themselves. And then what happens is they don't want to keep going. They get knocked down. Well, from January 1st to April 1st, I always set quarterly goals because I understand that if I just set a happy new year goal, if and not, I'll take that back, not if, when things don't go my way, I'm not going to allow one bad day or even a few things that don't go my way and knock me out because I have a bigger goal and these pit stops. So I can just tell you from just January 1st to April 1st, I did 2 personal events for our mastermind, our community in BeICONIC World. I was asked to speak on 2 different events outside of the community. I also went to a pastor's conference in February. I went to a pastor's conference in May. So I'm getting poured into. I tithed my time, tithed my money. I just got back from a family vacation. So not only do I have personal physical goals, but I also have family goals, but I have them set up and I understand my time. Well, now from April 1st through July 1st is quarter 2. I want to ask you, seriously, how are you doing in the second quarter? Did you even realize that you're in it? And how are you doing? Let's take a quick step back, though. I want to talk to you about something else. It's called distractions. If you're looking online, now watch this. I'm going to tentatively go over it. But if you're looking online, you're seeing things about politics. You're seeing things about, Pride Month, or it's the NBA Finals, or it was March Madness. And I know that those things are important to different people for different reasons. I'm not getting into that. What I'm focused on is there are always distractions for a person that is not focused on their own personal goals and dreams, and they will get knocked off. Not that you can't be, those things can't be important to you, but not so important that they knock you off of your plan, your goal. We say in our mastermind, addiction to distraction is the death of your creative productivity. So what are you focused on? Well, now let's go right now and talk about where we're in the season. We're in the summer seasons, right? From the end of May, we're in June now. It's already June 4th, right? Can you guys believe that it's June? Didn't we just say Happy New Year? Well, now it's June. July is coming. It'll be the end of July. We'll be in August, and then it'll be September. I want you to really focus on how you're going to do in these next 28 days to end your quarter number 2. You don't have to wait to the new year to start to make a decision to win. You don't have to wait. For those that are waiting, you don't have to wait. But then now going into the third quarter, from July 1st to September 1st. Let me tell you something. I call it like the third quarter is the slingshot quarter. Listen to me right now. Let's say you're hearing my voice and you're not that fired up. You're not that fired up about how your quarter 1 and quarter 2 has been going, your goals, or you can be doing better. You want to be doing better. Okay? You truly want to be. Okay. Make sure you have an iconic quarter 3. And let me just tell you something right now. If you want some information, okay, on how you can have a better quarter 3, I'm going to just share a couple things with you on my screen, and I'll have someone on my team share it with you in the chat if you're watching live. If not, DM me, okay? DM me, share in my Facebook, my Instagram. First of all, what we have is a very powerful mailing list where we have over 1,000 now quality icons on a list where we're giving them daily to every other day emails of opportunity to learn these strategies. So if you want to learn some of these strategies will come right to your mailing list. We're talking about things like how to create content that converts on social media, how to attract and sell the people who you need to be selling and talking to, how to build an online business from scratch, how to not just find the icon factor, but to use and create your profitable, to create a profitable business, how to make your online business profitable, inspiration from someone who is a 7-figure earner, myself and others. Okay. And if you're open to that, put in the chat right now, share or DM me share, and we'll send you a link that you can sign up for our mailing list. Okay. So I just want to let you know, that's it. If you want to know, DM me or put in the comment section, share, and we will send you the link that you can join our mailing list. Now watch this. Season 3 is so important because it's the slingshot season. Let's say your season 1 and your season 2 is not going that great. Lock in from July 1st to September 1st, especially while everyone else is distracted by the summer. But when September comes and the weather changes, everyone realizes, hey, that was fun, but I don't want to go work for the rest of the year. I want more. And so that's when they lock in. Lock in July 3, you'll slingshot past all the people that aren't. Listen to me. And I know you're like, well, but 4th of July on my vacation. If I told you that you'd be able to spend every other season the way you wanted, would you take one off? Or at least just do 4th of July that day. Just take a day, even a weekend. Don't take the month off because it's nice outside. Now watch this. We'll hop into quarter 4 and then we'll bring this icon on. And let me know if you're getting value, okay? Quarter 4 is important because when you get into September and October, people lock in. But right around Thanksgiving and Halloween, people start to get distracted again, and they let 6 days take them out of 60. We got Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. They allow 6 days to rob them from 60. You know what I'm talking about. Mariah Carey starts going, da, 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 da. And then from that moment to the new year, people are distracted. And guess what? They end up reliving the year that they're in the next year and calling it procrastination. It's not procrastination. It's poor planning. So here in BeICONIC Conversations, we want to teach you, if you'll allow us. We want to share with you. We want to come alongside you. We want to partner with you. Listen, we want to help you win to hit your iconic goals, start making income, doing the things that you're called to do, and get locked in. It's not that hard. By the way, you don't need a successful background. You don't need crazy capital. You don't need all of that. You get to choose to love to lock in. And the story that I want to bring up here with my brother tonight, Mitch Race, is an epitome of a person that did have some things going on in their life, was struggling in some areas. The thing that I love about Mitch so much is that Mitch Race has a no-quit bone. You know, this young man who became a really great friend of mine, and met him through a network marketing industry in the past, has this no-quit bone. You know, he can be stubborn sometimes like I am. However, at the same time, once he figures it out, he locks in. Consistent guy, compassionate person. And I know you guys are going to get some value. So lock in these next 20 minutes or so. I'm going to ask Mitch some questions. Let us know when you're getting some value. We'll let you know where you can reach out to him if you're loving what he's saying, which I know you will. Ladies and gentlemen, BeICONIC Conversations, whether you're watching the live or the replay, please help us welcome to the stage Mitch Race. Can you see me? Can you hear me, Mitch?
Absolutely, man. I see that wonderful face, man. I hear that amazing voice, man. And I just feel so blessed to be here. I want to thank you, Derron. You're so gracious, man, to have me here on ICONIC Conversations. And I am blown away excited, brother.
Let's go, man. I'm so excited to have you on. So we're going to get right into it. I know that there's so much value that you're going to bring to the table. The mindset that you have, the heart that you have. You've been featured on many podcasts recently because of what you're doing and the partnerships that you have. I know that you and some of the people in the mastermind are actually doing an event coming up this Saturday that we'll share. I know you're planning to do your own personal one coming up in July. So we'll give people all that information. But first, we want to ask you the signature BeICONIC Conversations question, which is, who is Mitch Race?
And as always, that is like one of the best questions I've ever been asked and I've ever seen anyone asked. And, I think a few months ago, or maybe even a couple of years ago, I probably would have answered this a lot different, but it just goes to show you that once you start paying attention to who you are, you start to learn who you are. Uh, I'm a faith walker, as your daughter is. Uh, I am faith filled and I am loved. I'm healthy and fit and happily fit and healthy and looking forward to being the next best healthy version of myself. I'm a family man. I'm a servant in my community. So I consider myself a servant leader in my community, no matter which community I walk in, whether it's the community that I'm in, which I'm so excited to be a part of and blessed to be a part of that. And my community at work, my community of brothers and sisters, my family community I serve. And I'm happy to be able to do that. God has really blessed me. I'm a creator and I'm creative in a lot of different ways. And I've been able to see, thank God, that creativity now extend itself and go into a whole nother area of life that I never, ever thought that I would be a part of. And that is because of you and this community and God himself, really. And I'm a business owner and I'm looking forward to growing in my businesses and in media and doing a lot of iconic things to help a lot of people.
You are. Can't wait to let them know about your podcast here in a little bit. But thank you for sharing that. So let's hop right into it, Mitch. I kind of want to just kind of off the top of your mind. You're a New York native entrepreneur. I've always loved music. And, we're going to talk about some of the successes that you've had, but you've also had some hardships. And I know some of the things I want to talk about. What are some of the things that got in your way and getting you to where you are now before you launched the podcast, before you started to be interviewed by other people, before you really started to, stay consistent enough to see some of the success happen at the level that it is now? What do you think were some of the mental, physical, financial blocks that you had for the people that are out there that are saying, all right, Derron, great, it's the second quarter going into the third, but you don't understand my financial situation. You don't understand my support situation. You don't understand this. I know that you had some things going on in your life at different times that tried to rob you from your success, but at the same time, you move past those things. What are some of the steps and the mindsets that you did to make that happen?
Oh man, I tell you, to be honest with you, my mindset, I was in my way. I got in my own way, and I didn't think that I could get in my own way, but I started to see how. My mindset was one of scarcity at that point in time. I was going through some really tough financial struggles. Some were self-imposed because I just wasn't paying attention. You get distracted, and when you get distracted, you start to kind of like mismanage, or you can mismanage your finances. I had mismanaged. I had miscalculated, and it dropped my confidence because I couldn't understand why, and that dropped my confidence. It dropped my level of esteem. I did not feel like I was in a good place. I really felt like I had the scarcity mindset. I kind of got comfortable as well. There was a very comfortable mindset, which just said, well, you know what? Just kind of like just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing the career thing. Keep doing the work thing, because that's cool. That's still working for you. You still have that. You're going to make your money. You don't have to worry about that, because they do afford me a nice salary. And but I realized that there was something that was genuinely also unhappy about the position that I was in. And around that time, you had reached out to me around that same time. And when you reached out to me, because my mindset was the way that it was, and I was so unfocused as well, I was just like not there. I was just like, no, not right now. And the one thing about you is you are persistent, but you won't chase people. And I really appreciate and respect that. But you came back to me, and I'm so grateful that you came back a second time, because when you came back a second time, I still wasn't sure if that was really where I wanted to go and whether or not I wanted to actually pay for coaching, or if I just wanted to, I was looking forward to something, but I just did not know what it was. And I was just sort of like, okay, no, well, you've asked twice already. And I said, well, you know what? This makes sense because something's got to change. And if I don't make a change, what's going to happen? The
Yeah.
most that can happen is I'm going to be back. I'm going to be in the same place where I was. And I don't even think that that's for me because I'm a person who is very, very progressive minded.
Yeah. No, that's valuable, man. And I just put here in one of the chats, and if you're listening, that distraction leads to mismanagement. And then you said mismanagement led to discouragement. And I think one of the things that I've seen people do is they feel like they're alone when they're discouraged. But the fact of the matter is, getting around other people makes you realize that you have a lot of in common. Not that everyone wants to be discouraged, but that's why we say that willpower will never outdo the right and a strong community.
Right.
And so that's why the Lord calls it the body. We're not called to seek after his name on our own. We're seeking to do it together. And so, and I love the humility to admit that you are in your own way. But it's interesting because you said I reached out to you, and for the people that are on here, yes, we've launched a company called BeICONIC World. It's a 6 to 12 month mastermind that we help people turn their iconic, unique story into 6 and 7 figures, help them launch podcasts, master classes, grow online courses, build businesses, all these different things pertaining to the person. But Mitch, I wasn't calling you to be like, oh, because our motto, we use money to build people. We don't use people to make money, and that's the truth. And anyone that's around us knows. But I reached out to you because I saw in you, which at the time I don't think you saw in yourself, but something that you can't teach, which is you had the desire for wanting more. You were just unclear at the time, and not ready to commit to it. So you're right. I don't chase, and I wouldn't chase you. And I'm definitely not chasing somebody or going after, or even mentioning to somebody that I don't feel has that. But what do you think if we dig a little deeper? Was making you get in your way? What, like, when I was calling, me, my heart, my personality. And by the way, I'm asking you this question for the person that's watching right now, that knows they want to take the third and fourth quarter to the next level. They know they deserve more. They know they want more, but something is holding them back from making that decision to do what they're called to do. What would you say that is?
If I really think about it at the time, the thing probably that was really holding me back was, I don't want to simplify this by saying it was me, but there was just, and I don't know if there was maybe perhaps another voice that was telling me that everything was fine. I was just in a good place. If that makes any sense. I was just fine. I didn't really need to do anything more. And it was kind of like a voice of complacency that I could not respect. And because I trusted you.
Yeah.
When you called me, because you have never led me wrong. I trusted you. And I felt like now was the time that I really needed to just trust again. That I really did not need to have this mindset whereas I couldn't. And I really wasn't sure how I was going to get it done. But I said, I'm going to have to find a way to make this work, because I just honestly believed in my heart of hearts. And I do believe also that was the Lord talking to me and telling me to, no, you got to move your ship ahead, that this is exactly what it is that you're looking for. Because you need something new. You need something different. You need a new set of tools, or you need to learn. You need to kind of understand that the tools that you have are kind of like rusty, and you need to sharpen those tools. And it's not going to be any kind of like, and it might be a new tool that you have never used before, or even had you even wielded before.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I mean, outdated tools will not get you updated goals and dreams. I mean, I come from the networking background, the network marketing space. That's where I personally started growing, my life, my confidence, personal development, my relationship with my faith personally in the Lord grew there. My relationship in meeting new people. That's how I met you in that space. But the fact of the matter is, even when I started doing what I'm doing now, I paid someone $25,000 to learn a new skill. And it's just interesting. People are wanting more, but not willing to do what it
Mm,
takes. You were. So I want to ask you these couple questions here,
sure.
Mitch. Tell us what life was like clearly before applying some of the processes you've learned in our events and being a part of Iconic Attraction Mastermind. Truthfully, if you mapped out the picture before
Right.
you and it's not even about the mastermind, it's more about your ability to make this cognitive decision to get around a community to learn new tools. So what was life like before applying the processes that we teach you in the community?
I would say that certainly distracted, certainly unfocused, certainly uh, I was operating from a much lower level of confidence. I was operating from a space where sometimes I felt alone because I'd lost my mom.
Mm,
And I felt that my why, and if I look at this closely, that the biggest reason why I wanted to build and I wanted to be better was because of my mom. And I felt that once she left, there was almost like no not that it wasn't a valid reason to go on, but there just wasn't another valid reason for me now to have to prove anything.
that's valuable, bro. Thank you for sharing that.
And yeah, and I really felt that um, I just did not have that level of commitment. I did that. I really felt like I had lost.
Mm,
There was a level of commitment and purpose, and life just felt so different at that time for me. And I definitely remember that I did not feel clear. I felt anxious at times. I felt hurried at times. Um, and I just didn't know what at that point in time that I should do. I just knew that when you knocked on the door, that now I can't say no, and I have to do this.
mm.
And I'm glad that I did, because I now have a really iconic community of people. I feel like I'm in the right place, definitely at the right time with you. I feel that you're a different person as well. That I look at how much growth that you have undergone, and not only just growth, personal growth, but your family has grown, man.
Yeah,
And
we have grown.
and and I
Party
just,
of six.
yeah, you really are, man. And it's just amazing just to kind of like just to be in here with you on a whole different level. And this was something that network marketing, I think could not give me. And I think I had made a decision at that point in time that, all right, some things have to change. And perhaps network marketing is not the way that I'm going to be going at this point in time. I wouldn't say that. And again, it's not bad just
Yeah.
because it's great. It's affording a lot of people an amazing way to make a living.
Yeah, it blessed my life too. I am a
Yeah.
huge advocate and fan of the network marketing industry, but at the same time, at one point in my life, it was time to make a change. And yeah, so now, thank you for sharing that and explaining that, and also thank you for your vulnerability, sharing. I know how much mom means to you, and and I think we could stop just for a brief moment to talk about priorities and what's important, whether it's family and stuff, but also what we're wrapping our goals around. I think it did take you a little while, and I think you would speak about it once your mom passed, to rewrap your mind around finding not that she's not still part of your why,
Right.
but something that you can attach yourself to. So what is that now? What drives you now? What allowed you to find that new logs to throw on the fire?
What drives me now, I think, is the fact that I know that it's not just about me. Really, it's not just about me.
Hmm.
And that I have so much respect now for so many people that I've met in the community. And I just feel that I feel compelled
Hmm.
to pour myself now more into service. It's more for me. So for me, it's not even about money. It's more about service. It's more about doing things not just for myself and not even doing things just for other people, but also doing things now because my spiritual life has changed. It's beginning to get more full again.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to feel more fulfilled. My confidence from that I've received from God is just nothing short of amazing.
Mm.
He's done some great things for my family and my friends and loved ones, and I want him to. I would love that he can continues to do that.
Yeah.
And I've learned, I guess, a different sense of trust. And so, putting my hands now in him, I believe that doing this, he's going to not only show me, but he's going to show a lot of other people something new and something different that I haven't seen before. So
I
now I'm
agree,
doing
bro.
this with that in mind.
Yeah, no, so the heart to serve, that's amazing. And I know you have a servant heart. And we have a bunch of people who are part of the community that love to serve people. Even I don't want to say serving to a fault, because I don't know if you can do that, but there is a way to learn how to serve, not to get it taken advantage of, as well as not serve too much that you're in hurting somebody else's growth. But I know what you're talking about, serving in a way that it's not about you, it's about God's goals and other people's goals. You know, Jim Rohn says, help other people, help their goals, you automatically get theirs. Help other people pay their bills, yours are automatically paid. So I want to go to that next question. So tell us now what life is like now after applying the processes and the systems that you've learned so far in the Iconic Mastermind as well as the BeICONIC world. What significantly has changed with you? And again, not particularly about our mastermind, but when you make a decision to change your life and be around other people that are doing the same thing, are there some things that you've physically been able to pinpoint that your life is now drastically different, and in what ways?
Yeah, wow. I can tell you this, that finding purpose changes you. I found purpose. I found the thing that I really love to do. And it used to be that I thought it was music, and I still love music. And I thought I was going to be this producer, this hotshot producer at one point in time. I was going to sell a gazillion records and things like that. And I realized that, no, that's not it. That's just a piece of whatever it is, it's a piece of. But once I got locked in and I became more consistent through everything that you've offered, would be iconic and the community, that it just changed me in such a way that I was able to, and it was hard, and it's still hard at times, man. I do not tell anybody that this is easy. It is easy for you to find purpose. You have to seek it, and you have to really want to go through some things. And that's what happened. And so I found purpose through that. And by finding purpose in this, I can tell you, it just ignited another side of me. And I'm having so much fun, and I'm learning a lot more. It's stretching me and learning. And I feel this amazing growth and much more confidence. I feel it every single day now. I feel it every single moment that I'm alive.
So what are some specific things that you've been doing now in your life that you can see? What are some tangible differences? Like, for example, you've launched a podcast.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that now?
I have been doing that now. I'm at podcast number 21. And
awesome. What's it called?
The Mitch Race podcast.
And what's the premise of it?
Self-image. So I help middle-aged to seasoned professional men who are distracted, unclear, and don't know their value gain clarity and vision so they can become the best version of themselves while earning their desired high-level income to match their image.
Let's go,
so
man.
So I tackle image-related concerns. How you look is one thing. How you feel inside and what's going on the inside is a whole nother thing. And that's the thing I like to tackle. Self-esteem issues, low confidence, you don't know your value, you're unfocused, you're distracted. All those kind of things will keep you fulfilling your purpose.
And you're seeing that there are particular people, specifically maybe men out there, that struggle with this area?
Yes, definitely. Without a doubt, there are men who suffer with this. Women too, but
And what aspect does this affect them in their finances, their cognitive, their goals? Like where does it affect them, and in what ways?
It could affect them in their relationships. It could affect them in the amount of money that they make. It could affect them in not achieving their purpose and not even wanting to even look into things that will help them to direct them, will help lead them
Mm.
to purpose. So
Wow.
because when you don't feel good about yourself, it's really, really hard for you to feel good about anything else. It's really, really hard for you to even want to think about pursuing anything. Whether it's relationship, finances, learning more, doing more, being more, helping other people. And those are all the things that are social that impact who we are.
Yeah. No, that's a big deal, man. And so also you've launched yours, but you've also been invited to multiple podcasts. What's it been like now that it's just so interesting to me? You went from kind of running away, saying no to finally just saying, yeah, I want to do something to change my life. And I
Uh,
just, for the person out there, now you've learned, you've worked on your own image, your own value. Now you've launched your podcast, but now other people, I mean, about how many times have you been interviewed in the last 60 days?
oh man, I am just so grateful to all of the. First of all, I want to say thank you because I'm really grateful to everyone in the community who's taken out time, and they're all amazing, amazing people. And uh, just just think that I said no at first to the idea of it. You didn't know it, but I really was not on board with it. If I had said no, I would not have had the opportunity to work and be blessed with these amazing, amazing people in the community.
Yeah. So I think
So,
you've
I
been
mean,
about,
so, yes.
how many you've been
So how many times? Oh
about
man,
4 or 5 maybe?
five, five,
5 times
five,
that,
five
that you've now
times.
been able to take now what the calling, the gift that you have in you to now share on other platforms. We call that JVPs, joint venture partnerships, which is
Yeah.
just wild that you're able to now, and this is what people kind of lock their goals and dreams inside by not taking the steps to unlock them. It's not about you and not about me, but we get to choose to love, to get out of our own way, to be a blessing. One of my prayers to the Lord every single day is, Lord, help me get out of my own way so I can get into your way. You know what I mean? And it's tough to do that when you're not out there doing that. Now I want to kind of, switch it up a little, just change gears and just kind of ask you now, as you are still uncomfortably comfortable moving forward in your, because you've worked the job for how many years? 35 years?
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
22.84. It is exactly 22.84 years.
I've been
Exactly.
looking at numbers.
Exactly.
22.84 years you've been working as a job.
Yes, this particular one, yes.
And there's nothing wrong. I am not against jobs. I'm against when people allow a job to rob them of their dreams. Your
Yes.
job is what you do. Your goals and dreams, your calling is who you are. And that
Yes.
is the big difference. And so, what's it feel like knowing that, yeah, you're still working a job, but you're working on your calling? What's the difference there?
Um, the difference in working my job and working my calling is exactly kind of the way you just kind of like laid it out. I'm really grateful, super grateful for my job. I believe that that is the door that the Lord did open because the Lord, I believe this. If the Lord does not open up that door, I don't meet the person that I met to meet you,
Mm, I get
and
it.
we're still friends.
Of course.
We're brothers.
Yeah.
But that door had to be
All
my
good.
position, and so I'm really super grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Once I understood that and I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, okay. So, but the difference I think is that working your calling gives you a new. You feel like it's just a new energy, a new breath of life. It's new every day. It feels fun, even though I know I got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
My thought process is different. It changes the way that I see it. I feel rewired. Um, I feel that I'm reaching people in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
and and I just feel much more gratitude
Yeah.
for it's just something that is there that I just feel really super grateful for. That it just feels awesomely different than my job, And I do feel, and I am grateful, like I said, for my job, and I've served
Yeah,
some amazing people, and I've done some amazing things there. But
absolutely.
I just think there's a much more bigger plan that
Bigger
God has for
plan,
me to do
man.
more amazing things.
There's a bigger plan out there, bro. Well, hey, we're gonna take this in for a landing soon. I want to do a couple things. First of all, tell us when and where we can find you on your podcast, please.
You can find me on the Mitch Race podcast on Saturdays at 9 a.m. on
Okay, and
Instagram,
where
Facebook,
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
and YouTube, all three platforms now.
and what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is IG. I am Mitch Race.
I am Mitch Race. Y'all go check him out. I'm telling you, I'm not even just saying this because I'm his friend. His content has gotten way better. It's gotten just strong. Not that it wasn't good. It's strong. It's to the point. It's loving. It's helping. And I know that you've launched a business. What's the name of your business?
The Reframed
Reframe.
University.
You reframed university and helping people reframe their image, reframe their mind, so they can reframe their life and get onto their goals and dreams. And I know that it's wild. I thought about this. I was just telling my wife. I taught a class a session with some icons earlier, and I was just like, wow. Tonight alone, not including this, we had 4 people on separate podcasts and someone doing a 2-day virtual book tour event like tonight. And I know tomorrow there's like 3 or 4. Monday there's like 2 or 3. Like literally, we have up to 30 people that have launched podcasts and or master classes, and it's just wild watching them grow. This weekend, you and some of the people in our mastermind are doing an event on Saturday. What's the name of it?
We're doing a 5. We're calling ourselves 5 Connections, and it's an empowerment workshop that we're doing.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
and you can go. You can see it. You can see it online.
go to your Instagram.
Yeah.
You'll see it on there. I know.
Yep.
I saw it posted on there. You've got some amazing people in doing that, and then you're going to be launching your own masterclass coming up as well, sometime in July. Just briefly, not to give them too much, what are some of the things we can expect to learn from that masterclass when you do your own as well?
I'm going to answer your question, and I'd like to go back to exactly the question that you asked me before. That's
Okay,
really
go for
important to be able to answer it accurately.
Yeah.
So I think that what you can expect from me is that I am going to cover, of course, I am going to cover self-image.
Mhm.
I am going to, my goal is to delve a little bit more into that and explain to people exactly what self-image is, what constitutes a good self-image, what constitutes a healthy, a positive self-image. And I'm going to share some strategies that I think that will hopefully help and move them along to the next level, so you can get some help on that in that area,
Yeah.
and understanding. So it's all about understanding what it is.
Love it, bro.
Mhm.
And so for the event that you're doing on Saturday, give us some info
Yes.
on that.
It's called Position, Purpose, and Mastery, and it's 5 transformational connections to self-discovery and empowerment. And it's our workshop, and I am working with some amazing people. Miss Sonia Dungy,
Mm-hmm.
the Sonia Dungy podcast, Essence of the Soul. I'm working with Mr. Anthony Smith, Dollars and Cents Podcast,
Mm.
Financials. Coach Don Allen, and I'm going to go back
In
and
the building.
Coach Don Allen, who is just going to show you how to create most iconic body and mind and mindset. And awesome Coach Yolando Cooksey. And Yolando is just amazing in all of her health, wellness, and spirituality. And you got to do these are people that I never thought I would actually be working with.
It's wild, man.
And life coach Sonia Dungy is amazing as well. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
wild.
I'm so excited. I'm actually this weekend. I just realized I leave Friday. I'm going to a pastor's conference. It's from 8 to 3 on Saturday. But best believe I will be popping in on there and seeing what you guys going on, and I'll be catching the recording. But that's just amazing to watch. All the people that you've named also all have podcasts. You can get information on that on their social media platforms. Mitch, I want to thank you so much for being on BeICONIC Conversations. This will be one of many, bro. Your story is powerful. Been watching you grow, and it's just the beginning. You are an inspiration, and this is no hype. I know you're not where you want to be yet. Neither am I. But what's really cool is you've taken the steps and you continue to be continuing to continue to be focused enough to get further along in your goals. I mean, the fact that you have a podcast, the masterclass that you're doing, the fact that you've got a business now, that you're helping people in self-image, it's leaps and bounds from where you were, and to continue maintaining the things that are important to you. And we want to help people out there. If you're out there right now and you're looking to get from where you are to where you want to be, you want to know who you are, what you do, and what you produce, what your calling is, what's the formula and the map to get you to the next level. Well, find a community that's tapped in, that is helping people win. And we would love to help you if that's what you want to do, or find someone that's in your zone of genius, okay? And so, guys, we got 28 days to the new half year. If you're watching live, even the replay, finish quarter 2 strong, hop into quarter 3 with an iconic slingshot vision and mindset, and finish quarter 4 stronger than ever to get to the next level. So I'm going to pray us out. Thank you guys all so much for being on here. We'll be back next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with another BeICONIC Conversations. So, Lord, I want to thank you for this opportunity, for allowing us to seek your name and seek your face. I pray that people got value, whether they're watching live, the replay, or they're driving in their car, that people continue to grow, seek after you, use their giftings and their calling to be blessed. In your name we pray. Amen. Mitch Race, thanks so much again for being on BeICONIC Conversations. Go check Mitch Race out every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Mitch Race podcast. He will help you reframe your mind, help you have that reframe mind to build out the goals and dreams that you have. We're going to hop off here. Good night, y'all. God bless you, and we'll see you soon.